Hello, I'm Scott, the breathing guy. I'll train you to locate, generate, activate core key energy in physical activity. This video is going to give you reasons why you should take up golf. This is for beginners. This is for people that have thought about taking golf but don't have a way of understanding how to even take up the sport. And why should they spend their time? If you're 50 years old, 60, or if you're 20, you're even teen, what does golf offer you that other sports don't offer you? What can you develop from golf for the time spent, effort, money, the whole 9 yards? Developing your golf swing and developing your game are two separate things that come together to produce, if you want to say, a level of personal satisfaction unequal in any sport. And for it has been referred to as the sport of kings. Why? Way back when a king got hooked on golf and he looked for the best players. You want to be with the king. If you can play golf and you're good, he'd love to be with you. So you get to talk to him. It's a social sport there. But at the same time, golf isn't if you're a hermit or don't want to deal with people, you can go out to the range by yourself, hit 100 balls, and you go on the course, and you're playing against the course record. Every hole has so many it says pars. How many times should you hit to get to the hole? If you can go under it, great. You get over it. So it's a personal satisfaction using clubs. This is where the complexity of the game comes in. You just don't have like one tennis racket or a cue or a baseball bat. You have tools, weapons, whatever you want to think of it as aids that you have to master to get that ball to that hole. Now, how to approach your ability to develop the golf. This is for newcomers. This is for people that were thinking, want to get involved in golf. How do you do it? There's a lot of books, and I found they're so confusing. But I'm going to give you an approach. You check me out, and what I'm going to do is show you from a club point of view, a bag. Here's my golf bag. It has a variety of clubs. What does that mean? How does it work? How do you organize the clubs? So be clear what you're working on, because you got actually 3 phases to develop, 3 aspects in the golf game itself to develop. And this is what I'm going to go over. The value of learning golf is personal satisfaction development in a physical way, and skill and mental. You get to use your mind. You use your whole body. You exercise to play golf. And it's fun. You can have fun with your buddies, or you can do it personal. So how do you divide the bag up, or how do you divide your approach to any course? The first club you use gets you out there. All the other clubs there are called irons. They are to get you to the green. And then the putter. That's a whole nother realm. It closes the game. That is the end. So really understanding, you got 3 sets of clubs that you have to get, a level or degree of proficiency to be effective in parring each hole. Just think of it that way. You don't have to compete. For golf, it's not about how high a score you create, it's actually how low a score you get. It's the exact opposite of most every sport. You go video game, how high a score, you get 10 slide up. You go to baseball, how many home runs or whatever, how score. Most every other sport is high, except golf. It's low. And that is hard. How low, how less you do makes your best performance. That's the intriguing thing about golf. Instead of building yourself, you have to learn calmness to swing the clubs. You have to learn precision, and then you have to learn some style. But anyway, how do you approach developing your golf game, golf swings, and how do you see it? Well, if you think you got 3 types of clubs, one to get you out there, one all the greens to get you to where the hole is. So the first one is the driver. Most big, if you're a par 4 more, you got the driver. They have a long shaft. That's what makes the difference. So the driver gives you the greatest distance. The second club group that you want to develop, think of club group is called the irons. And here's a nice little 6 iron right here. Notice my grip here. I call that the baseball grip. Best way to do a swing. I advocate. That's part of my whole training process too. So be sure to get this. All this is a regular grip reversed. That's all it is. The best swing mechanics, finger ergonomic process is this grip here. Anyway, there are these irons, all these different irons. You got, it goes high, different, it does different things with the ball. You have to be, if you want to say, manipulating the ball to achieve your goal. That's skill. That's fun on that. That was this. That's a 6 iron. So the ball goes more a little higher. The lower the score, the ball goes down more. The higher the score, like a 9, goes up and goes down, because that's what you need all to get to the green. The green is where the hole is, and that's when it gets more interesting. I have a whole different perspective than most people on putting. But that's such a, putting is the most individual characteristic in golf. Putting is something that you have to develop based on your sensory input, your feel, and your judgment. All the other clubs are done in a form. There's a proper way to do it to maximize the momentum of the club head. Putting is the exact. That's what I mean. If you think you have a first thing to get the club out there, it's 100% physical. That's the driver. Driver is 100% physical. Just same movement every time. It's fun. It's really, I call it the developing your tea ceremony to swing the driver. The second group are the irons. There's a proper way to make that head move to get what you want in force and distance. That's judgmental. You have to get really sensitive with your body so you don't overshoot something or you don't under. Are you going across water? Water is a real, water hazards are an area of like unproportionately interesting. I swear that water goes and grabs the ball, takes it down. It's like, wait a minute, I should have made it. And then the putter. Here's a putter. There's one style of putter. There's so many styles. You go to any golf shop and they'll have a whole lot of putters. Why? Because everyone has a different feel. It's wonderful. This is your most creative aspect. So it develops your skill, what you want. I'll go into different forms of putting. You have different approaches on that. On a physical approach that you can develop and use classic. So you have 3 clubs, groups, one to get you out there, one to get you the green, and this one here, the putter, closes the game. And the difference in putters can be dramatic. I'll give you an example. Here. There's 2 types of putters right here, look. One has edge, one's a straight shot. Look at the whole front. The only thing that's similar, this one has a smooth surface, this one has a smooth surface. That's the only thing they're same. Some surfaces are, I forget the term now, they have grips along here. I forget, milling. I can't remember the proper term for it, but they make it where you hit it and it grabs. The whole idea of the putting is to basically hit the ball in such a way you get an overspin so it tracks over the grass. Because it's just not about hitting, you got to deal with the elements. And they can really throw you off. A little misjudgment, that's what you have to calculate for the elements of curves, grass. There's so much technical aspect of it, but it makes it fun. It gets you out of the house, gets you out of the computer. It makes it physical. The way my program approaches driver swing mechanics only approaching with the driver swing with key energy, getting involved with your core energy, getting on breathing, engaging your muscles and tension. The whole exercise approach is to make you calmer, to make you softer so you can swing stronger. That's the opposite. Most sports, like baseball, you build up a whole muscle tension. You're waiting for that impact ball. You have to find it. You have to judge it. Golf, the ball's sitting in one place. It's all about you. It's not going, but you have to deal with the angles involved. You know, it could be on a slope. What club to use, the distance you want. Driver, on the other side, is the only club that's 100% physical, and you want it just to go out there. You can put your whole physical form. That's why it's called swing mechanics. There's a swing mechanic for every club. You look at the club head. That determines. What determines the swing mechanics, believe it or not, is the club head. So for all you new people, I'll show you the difference. Here's a 6-iron. Look at the angle of the here. So it's this angle here. But if I go to a sand wedge here, if you look at the angle here, that's a sand. That's what I use in sand, because I want to go underneath the ball and go up, because I got to get out of a hole. So understanding every one of these clubs have a different swing mechanics to achieve your goal. And you can develop a few, or you can develop a whole bunch to deal with your course that you're going on. Because every course, that's the other thing about, you can go around the world and you'll always find a golf course to go out there, and it was always a little different, like the ones in Hawaii versus Phoenix versus back east. I mean, they're all have subtleties. They're all natural in a way to where it makes it a challenge. So anyway, if you watch this series, and I will break down every one of these clubs down on a swing mechanic. But why? Because it gets you out. You can make it alone. You can go to the driving range and have a great time hitting 100 balls and take you 2 hours, especially the way I teach hitting the ball on the driver range. I want you to engage your core, tone your muscles up so you can be better. It's about being softer to be fluid and then having a snap in your golf swing. It's not about being hard or weight. That's the beauty of the golf swing. So anyway, this is Scott, the driver swing mechanics of playing golf here, and this is introduction 1. This is why should you take up the game, because it actually you can create your own satisfaction at any age. Going putting in itself has its own satisfaction. I have a friend of mine, that's all he loves to do. He loves competitive putting. It's just fun. He just truly gets a great personal satisfaction making it in. And if he's playing with someone, beating them. Anyway, you have a good day, but think about it. Take up golf. If you're young, and I will take you step by step how to look at it, give you a point of view of how to look at it, what it can do physically for you, and the personal satisfaction you can get out of it. And then you can supplement with other books, other ideas, but check out this series. That's all. My goal is to get you into golf in such a way that you get the most satisfaction and the most benefit, and the most health benefit. Have a good day.